If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is March the 3rd, 2023, and today, the topic is, whoa there. The topic is, whoa there. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. The week flew by. It is now Friday of the day. And I hope that you all had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine. Long story short, y'all know that it was a Thursday, so your girl is at the church. Working at the church these days on Thursdays. And so it was another day, doing the tasks that needed to be done, X, Y, and Z. Things are, well as they can be. Shout out to Miss Karen. She called me yesterday and she ended up praying with me. We had a awesome conversation as well. So that was something that happened. And then NJ went to class. NJ ended up going to class and whatnot yesterday evening. And that was about it. I didn't take care of myself as always, y'all. Again, maybe I'll do it after I get off the juice today. I don't know. We'll see. Did not do my self-care yet. Maybe I'll do it today. Anyway. But yeah, other than that, yeah, that's what Thursday looked like for me. I also keep my family in prayer as well. One of my cousins and whatnot. I don't know details enough to share everything, but I'll just say let's just keep one of my cousins in prayer if you can and will. My cousin and her family. So, outside of that, that's what yesterday looked like. And so today's Friday, and this topic is whoa there. So, I guess there's a few things that led me to the topic today, but one of the things is I know yesterday I was just at some point when I got back home and I was just looking into some stuff, right? And there's a situation, which I don't want to get too deep into, but there's a situation that I'm in that feels a little bit like unprofessional. It feels like it could be handled a little better. And I feel like I've been left in the dark, right? And so because of that, I'm wondering, will I need to take some action, And I think we all can get like that at some point, right? We go through something or we feel slighted or whatever the case is. So we feel like we got to protect ourselves. We feel like we got to, do something to combat whatever we see or feel is happening. But I guess I got this little reminder just to chill out. Yesterday, because as I was looking into some options and whatnot, I just happened to go and look for some information somewhere, and I see that there was some correspondence or whatever, and I'm like, I guess I need to pump my brakes. You know what I mean? Just chill out a minute. Let's just let things play through. Prepare, keep your notes, whatever you got to do to if needs be. But as for taking the action that I felt like taking yesterday, I was like, you know what? Yeah. And so I guess I was reminded of that this morning after I did my prayer meditation and everything like that. I just was reminded to slow down, chill out, whoa there. At the end of the day, instead of making a rash decision and trying to, again, take things under our own control or, things like that, sometimes it just behooves us to just be still, to wait, be patient, let the Lord fight our battles. And as I was thinking about that this morning, I mean, I know that there's times, to take risks and whatnot as well. Like sometimes, again, just, stepping out on faith, X, Y, and Z, it is important to do as well. But that's not necessarily what I'm talking about in this moment. I'm just saying, like, if you feel like you're in a situation where somebody's doing something to you and you want to get back at them for what they're doing to you. Or just things along that lines. Things that you can just be like, you know what, let me just let the Lord fight my battle. Let me just hold back on making a rash, harsh decision and let things play out and see what happens. Like, I think that's what I was receiving this morning as I was thinking about this and everything. So that is where the inspiration for today's chat comes from. Whoa there. Hold on. Hold on. What did I end up looking up? When I started looking up verses, I think I looked up slow down. I think slow down was one of the phrases I looked up. I feel like there was some other phrases as well. But ultimately, I wanted to look up the definition of rash, just to make sure, it's what I think it is. And it was. It says, displaying or proceeding from a lack of careful consideration of the possible consequences of an action. And as I was writing down that definition today, I just really thought about like all the different ways that we do this. Like, people make rash decisions and do things, whether it's the scenario I'm talking about or if it's something else, right? Maybe it's, evil things, right? Like, murder, rape, all these type of things. People make these type of decisions and make these, and do these things without considering the consequences, right? Like, oh Lord, all right. So I'm reminded in this moment of something I've been seeing a lot this week, actually. People have been sharing about these different, now listen, I'm just going to tell y'all what it is. These different performances, or drag queen performances in particular, happening in front of children, like babies and up. And, and that obviously, people have their point of view of it. It does look crazy to see. I ain't gonna lie. Like, to see a baby sitting there looking at somebody doing a headstand in little clothes does feel weird. Like, to me, looking at it, right? Why am I reminded of it in this moment? I mean, people could be in the moment, right? The person that's performing obviously is not thinking of the consequences that this might have for children to see that. Neither are their parents and everything like that. At least in my humble opinion. Like, we're not thinking of the consequences of those things. And hey, y'all are seeing some consequences of early exposure to things through listening and watching GSL. Like, just so happens the Lord uses it, right, in regards to me. The Lord used those things to ultimately for good for me to start this platform and everything like that. But, that doesn't take away from the years of curiosity or the years of, like, dealing with other things throughout my life because of, again, early exposure of somebody making a rash decision and exposing me to things I shouldn't have been exposed to in my childhood. So maybe that's why I look at these things a little different, maybe that's why. But anywho, but yeah, people don't think about, like, we don't really consider the outcome. Now, I mean, everybody's not like that. Now, I mean, I know me throughout my life, I I would think about the good and the bad in scenarios and be like, just so I could be mentally prepared for either one, and stuff like that. I mean, that is one of the reasons why I maintained my virginity until my 20s. I just was like, okay, I know the consequences of, sex before marriage. A lot of it includes things I'm not necessarily ready for. So therefore, I'm going to make another decision. Now, did I do everything perfect, X, Y, and Z? No. But what I'm saying is, for a long time, like, those were the things that was on my mind when those opportunities and different things came up. But again, I guess the point is that we all don't think that way and stuff. And so let's see what the Bible has to say about, I guess, rash decisions, slowing down, or just whoa there in general. So Psalm 37:7 says, be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not yourself over the one who prospers in his way, over the man who carries out evil devices. So, I mean, it's not the easiest thing to do because, again, you do see quote unquote unbelievers and you feel like, man, they winning, they succeeding, they got all of the success, the money, whatever that you see people basking in. And sometimes it don't feel good to wait and be patient and let the Lord lead. You be like, Lord, man, when we gonna get the blessing, or when am I gonna get to the next level, or whatever your question may be for the Lord. But hey, I'm a living witness that being patient and allowing the Lord to lead you and guide you is the best thing to do. Because I mean, at the end of the day, again, when you make a rash decision or you do things quickly or whatever the case is, you could be well, out of alignment in a lot of ways. Again, you aren't considering all the possible effects of making that decision. And I feel like there's plenty of Bible that goes around that. Like, remember about I may not be getting the names right, so maybe I won't say the names, but remember the wife that, the husband and wife was told that they was gonna have children and they was getting into old age or whatever the case is. So the wife decided to, send her handmaiden in and get children that way, right? And everything like that. That was a rash decision. That was probably not the wisest thing to do, especially if I'm not mistaken now. I don't know if this is correct, so y'all can take this with a grain of salt. But if I'm not mistaken, I heard it, like, I feel like throughout history they say that this is where the tension of Israel and Palestine come from. Is that correct? I don't know if that's correct or not, but I feel like that's where, like, these two families are just bickering throughout history. Like, now I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt, whatever. Y'all can do y'all historical research on all that. But if I'm not mistaken, I think that's where they say that originates from. And so that's the thing. Like, that was a rash, quick decision. The Lord didn't say for you to be impatient and do that, and it has ongoing consequences. I guess that's the point. If that is the backstory of these nations or whatever, like, yeah. So I mean, that's just one example, but anyway, let's keep going. So Proverbs 11:14, it says, "Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety." The interesting thing is, I didn't necessarily mean to write this verse down this morning, but because I wrote down Proverbs 11:14, and because I had wrote that much, I was like, well, let me just go ahead and write the whole thing. But I mean, that's true though. I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't have guidance, then yeah, you can easily fall. You can easily fall for anything. You can easily be caught up into all kinds of situations that we may not be prepared or ready for. But again, if we allow the Lord to lead and guide us, as well as, even if you don't feel like you have the wisdom or whatever, maybe you feel like God is being a little slow for me, whatever the case is, maybe you can get some confirmation or some godly counsel or things like that, biblical and godly counsel. And that could possibly help you and whatnot, to get, I guess, multiple opinions in that way. But again, you have to be careful where you get counsel from. But still, it says that in an abundance of counselors there is safety. So, but I think, even as I think about that in this moment, I think the thing is, like, as you seek counsel, it's kind of forcing you to think things through. Like, that could be the thing about that. Like instead of just, again, like, say for me and my example, me what I was going through. Now, I didn't necessarily seek counsel yesterday, but let's say I was just staying in my own head. I didn't seek no counsel. I didn't pray. I didn't do nothing, right? I would have just made a decision and then coming to find out that, things was different than what I thought. Now, but if I did, for example, was going through my situation, was getting ready to do something, and then say, let me talk to my mom. Let me talk to my pastor. Let me talk to my husband. Let me pray about it. And that probably not in that order. Because we need to talk to the Lord first. But see, that's my issue. I'll be doing all of that, then I'll be like, Lord, I'm sorry. I should have just came to you. So do it in the opposite order, right? Basically, as you seek counsel, then you get some wisdom and you start to think about things a little bit more clearly. Then you'd be like, you know what? Okay, instead of me doing that, let me take some of the, like I say, take the meat, spit out the bones of people, the advice from people, and then ultimately see the Lord on what He wants to do, X, Y, and Z. And by then, you should know how to move. So just saying, I guess there's some wisdom there, y'all, that we can hold on to when it comes to this conversation. Now, Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." Friends, at the end of the day, I guess that's the main thing, to just keep on our hearts and minds that, if we allow the Lord to lead and guide us, he will, and that verse came into my heart and mind right now about like his word not coming back to him void. Like at the end of the day, if he say he's going to take care of us, he's going to take care of us. If he say he's going to lead us and guide us in all truth, whatever the case is, that's what he's going to do. So, we can trust the Lord with our life, y'all. I know we can, we go through situations we feel like, man, I want justice. I want to make sure that I'm not getting taken advantage of or whatever you feel. And you be mad or upset about different situations. But instead of, making a rash decision, I hope y'all remember to just chill, slow down, whoa there. And let the Lord lead us and guide us in all things. And that's the juice, y'all. That's the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is Luke 9:23. It says, "And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. But y'all know that today's Friday, right? So that means that a new episode of the GSL Talk Show will be coming out at 7 p.m. And it's my sister, yes, Miss Nyla O'Neal herself, will be joining us for a conversation tonight on the GSL Talk Show. And I hope that you guys tune in and learn more about my little baby sister. And everything like that. And yeah, that's all I got for y'all. So y'all have a wonderful Friday. Bye-bye. Are you engaged, married, separated? Friends, don't give up. Let no man separate what God has joined together, not even you. Transform your marriage and your idea of marriage today with Marriage Reignited. This program is an insightful look into marriage and what are the true needs of his and her. You guys can get a discount when you use Miracle Video or Miracle Combo. Miracle Video will get you $5 off of the video, and Miracle Combo will give you $10 off of the video and book. Check out marriagereignited.com for more information. That's MarriageReignited.com. And again, that's Miracle Video, MiraCleVideo, or Miracle Combo, MiraCleCombo.